Alright guys, how's it going and welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew Azara, and what you're going to see in this video is me doing a tutorial based off one of you guys' comments from the last video. So really appreciate the support on the last video. If you haven't seen it, you can click it here or watch it here. And basically the comment I got on the video which really intrigued me was this comment from RNWAVS2T. Really enjoyed watching the creative process here. It'd be really nice to see how you develop this now. Keeping it minimal, but how does this get turned into a track? What are the moments? Explain the thoughts behind certain things. This is a great question, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to focus this video exactly on this comment and question. So if you're stuck on arranging, bringing things to a different level, then this video is perfect for you. Let's dive right in. Okay, so it was a really nice question, and yes, obviously we can get to moments where, you know, we do something kind of cool and it just sort of looks like this. It's a loop with like a little breakdown. Maybe you just do a Command D like so. You take the kick out, and then that's kind of where you're at. This sort of little mini A and B section. So I think a lot of problems I see with producers is that you kind of treat arranging as some sort of chore and something you do very last minute. I like to think of it like, okay, how about you build and organically build the track more naturally, still in the creative process to a degree, but not overwhelming yourself and taking things in blocks. So I like to call this section, this is like a micro section. It's quite small and you're very lasered in on the bass hits and the groove, the idea, everything playing. I'm going to play it in a second. And by the way, if you're interested in getting these samples, most of them are from the new pack which I've made, which is in the description in case you missed the last video. It's available now. You're focused on this macro section, and this sort of, you know, arranging process becomes so gigantic. Well, how about we switch our mindsets to more blocks, and instead of just fixating on micro into arrangement, let's try think of a macro zooming out of the track. So let's play the loop and let me dive right in. Okay, so we have this little kind of idea where it's quite busy. There's a lot going on, which is kind of what I wanted to do in this particular case. And you might be at this stage where there's a lot going on. What I want you to do in this position is don't add any more sounds. We're going to stop at this point. There's quite a lot going on. There's definitely enough information to work with to start mapping out and building, kind of turning this into a potential track. So let's go into this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out now, and I'm going to macro look at this whole idea. I mean, I'm going to just place everything around in like a 5-minute structure, like a sketch, without adding any sound, automation, nothing. I'm just going to go pure instinct based off listening behavior of a track, like a little mini intro, the first kind of drop where not everything is revealed, a little breakdown, maybe like kind of a second breakdown with more of a main drop, and a mini outro. So very basic structure of a house music track. So let's go. really zoomed out here and just did this kind of natural, I did a 5-minute thing, whatever. I didn't really think too much. I want to do like a minimum 5 minutes, even, yeah, 5:20, whatever. Just a sketch. You can see how I'm placing things when they need to come in. So because I had that kind of busy, kind of great loop, there's a lot to work with. You know, there was a second little bass line, there was a chord, there was a vocal. Everything was so much more room to play with. And that's, if your loop is kind of thin and not enough in there, it can be hard to do this. So bear in mind that you need to have done a lot in your kind of little loop to kind of get to this point here. And I'm sort of just copy and pasting and doing some light automation on certain sections. And now this is only a demonstration, so this is 10-15 minutes here, but you know, you might spend 45 minutes, an hour on this kind of sculpting, but just sculpt the sketch really quick. And then when you have this macro version, you can kind of look at it from a different point and go, oh, okay, let's add a little string here, let's add a little ride here, let's try a second vocal here, let's try some stuff. You can make better decisions. I can see where to make my decisions now versus before you probably couldn't. Now we can make some nice extra decisions to kind of add on top of that kind of anchor loop. And yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Like, this is sort of maybe a quick demonstration, but basically the question was like, how do you keep it minimal but building it into a potential like track? What are the moments here? And the moments here are the listening behavior of someone who listens to dance music. There's like some sort of intro. At 1 minute 1:30 there's something going on, but not everything is going on. Then a little dip, and then back in, and more stuff going on. Then things kind of taper down into like a main breakdown kind of thing, where there's not a lot going on. Then leads back into your drop, your main drop, which is here. And that's the kind of structure I would kind of do initially, and that might change. You know, maybe you might want a longer breakdown. So maybe you might want a longer breakdown there. So that can be edited later. But all it was pasting and kind of chopping up the sections based off kind of instinct and just sort of roughness, and then doing some light automation. And now we have this great bird's eye view, which you can really start to make great decisions and sort of build a bit more storyline in the middle, maybe expand the breakdown a little. Before you know it, you can have a full track within not a lot of space of time. So I hope that helped. I really appreciate the comment. If you have any questions, please say, and I might do a video on a great question. I like doing this kind of thing. It's kind of different for me, so appreciate the support and comments coming in. So all right guys, that was the video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was some value for you. Again, if you do want these samples, if you missed the last video, I have attached a link to this sample pack. It's Andrew Hazard, drums, bass and percussion, and it is in the description. And it's like 400 megabytes of percussion, kicks, loops, bass ideas to get you started with your tracks. So hope you like it, and I'd love to hear feedback. All right guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.